Okay, good day, boys and girls. Welcome to another lesson with Ms. Brown. I have some of P4 Campbell students with me. I have Kenan, who's off camera, Zanti, Neil, you can wave Neil, Napri, and Deori, okay? And today we're going to be working on a reading strategy called context clues. Has anybody ever heard of context clues before or knows what that means? And if you don't, that's okay.
No.
Napri?
I have heard about context.
Okay, but do you know what context clues mean?
No.
Okay, perfect. So this is going to be something new that you're learning, okay? So sometimes when you're reading a passage, you might come across words that you've never seen before. And you're thinking like, gee, what does that word mean? Well, the author actually gives you hints or clues around that word that help you figure out what it means. And these are called context clues. Okay, so I'm going to say that one more time. Sometimes you're reading and you come across a word you've never seen before and you have no clue as to what it means. But the author gives you some clues or hints around that word that help you figure it out. Okay? All right, so the first thing I want you to do is to turn to a fresh page in your book and write the title Context Clues. And we'll just press pause to give you a chance to write that down. And context clues are hints that help you define a difficult word. Okay, so I'm going to write that up on the board. Okay, so you can write this you can write this definition in your book. So context clues are hints or little clues that help you define a difficult word. Okay, so you should have the title down, you should have the definition of context clues. So there are 4 types of context clues. The first type of context clue is a synonym clue. Okay, so I want you to write that word synonym. S-Y-N-O-N-Y-N. And who remembers what a synonym is? Kenan.
A synonym is 2 words and you put them together.
That's a compound word. Zanti, what's a synonym?
A synonym is 2 words spelled differently and meaning the same thing.
Okay, good. So synonyms are when you have 2 words that mean the same thing. So sometimes the context clue might be another word in the passage that means the same thing as that word that you don't know what it means. Okay? So for the synonym clues, I'm going to put same word. Or same meaning, rather. It's not going to be the same word. So it'll be a word that has the same meaning. Okay? All right, so that is our first type of context clue. The second type of context clue will be an antonym clue. An antonym clue. Zanti says, I know this one, antonym clue, but I'm going to ask somebody else this time. Napri.
An antonym is the opposite of the word. Let's say girl and then it's a boy.
Okay, so the antonym clue will be an opposite meaning. So in the passage, there might be a word that you don't know what it means, but then there might be an opposite word that kind of gives you a clue. Okay, so synonym clues have the same meaning. Antonym words or clues have the opposite meaning. Opposite meaning. I'm just going to press pause. Okay, so we have 2 more types of clues. We have synonym clues. They have the same meanings. Antonym clues have opposite meanings. Next, we have explanation clues. Explanation clues. E-X-E-L-A-N. Explanation clues. And in the explanation clues, they actually give you a definition, okay? A definition of it, of what that unknown word means. And there's one more type of context clue. These are example clues, and they do simply that. They just give you an example of what the word means, some examples of it. Okay, so the last one is the example clue. And they just simply give you examples of what that unknown word means. Okay?
Oopsie.
All right, so now we're going to do some practice. So keep writing. I'm going to flip over a new page. I'm going to give you some examples of a synonym context clue, antonym context clue, explanation, and example clues. And since there are 4 of you, you're going to have to help me figure out what the clues are in the sentence. Okay, so this is going to be our first example. Okay, so what I did was I wrote sentences. I'm using clues in it to help you figure out what the word means. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little cheat, all right? The word we're going to keep seeing over and over is this word confess. And what does confess mean?
To tell the truth.
To tell the truth. Okay, so in this synonym context, we need to find a word that means the same thing as confess. Okay, so this is the sentence. Ready?
I need a new page because I don't know the space.
We're recording, so everything that you say, they can hear it. All right, first sentence. I'm glad you confessed to eating my cookie. It's always best to tell the truth. Okay, so if our word is confess, I'll just give a little squiggle. Zanti, what word means the same thing as confessed?
Truth.
Truth, okay? Tell the truth. So that was kind of like a clue. Okay, I'm glad you confessed to eating my cookie. It's always best to tell the truth. So they're letting them know that, yes, you told the truth. Okay? All right. Press. So Napri is going to do this next one. So this one is an antonym clue. So antonym means what, Napri?
The opposite.
The opposite. Okay, so this is your sentence. I can't believe your confession. You lied the last time. So I'm going to underline confession because that's the word that we're trying to figure out what it means. So what's an opposite in here, Napri, that's going to help us figure out what confession means?
Lied.
Lied. Very good. Why did you choose lied?
Because the opposite of truth is lie.
Because the opposite of truth is lie. Make sense so far?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so Neil, you're going to do this one?
Yes.
Okay, so this is an explanation clue. So this is where they're giving you a definition of what the word means. Okay, so this is our sentence. When you confess or tell the truth, people will respect you. So I'm going to underline confess because that's the word that we're trying to figure out what it means. So what's the clue in here, Neil, that's going to help us? What's the definition of the word confess? Okay, so just read it.
Do I have to read it out loud?
No, just the words that help you figure it. Just the definition helps you figure out what confess means. So confess means to
Tell the truth.
tell the truth. Thank you. To tell the truth. Okay? And the last one, let me just press pause. And we can, okay, I put it up a little bit higher so that you can see a bit better. So this last clue is an example clue. So they're actually giving you an example of this word in action. So this is your sentence. Kenneth. When the girl confessed that she broke the lamp, her brother was relieved. So what is an example of her doing this word? Confessed. What's the example?
Relieved.
Relieved? It's not relieved. That's how her brother felt. So listen again. Listen again. 1 second, Zanti. When the girl confessed that she broke the lamp, her brother was relieved. So this is the word we're trying to figure out what it means. But in this sentence, there's an example showing what she did. So what is that example?
She broke the lamp.
Right, she broke the lamp. So this is an example of why she confessed, because she broke the lamp. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Is this easy?
Yes.
Okay, so put your hand on for a second, Napri. This is what I want you to do. Okay, so in class we worked on some vocabulary where I asked you to have a look at some words. If you got all of the words correct, awesome. Okay? However, if you got any of the words wrong, I'm going to let you know before you go home if you got any wrong. What I want you to do for homework is I want you to use whatever word that you got wrong and give me a sentence using context clues. So for example, confess is actually one of our words. If you didn't get confess right on this from the definition sheet, the vocabulary definition sheet, when you go home, I want you to come up with a sentence putting context clues around that word to show me what the word means. So just 1 second, Deori, just like what we did here. Okay? All right, so thank you very much. I hope that context clues are a little bit simpler, and I look forward to seeing your sentences. So you can say bye.
Bye.